What's up, y'all? So I am so glad to be there. I really wanted to talk to you guys because I wanted to know if you ever wondered how some of these coaches manage not just to reach, but to also transform the lives of others, right? And this is something I've been helping women with and helping them help their clients with. And what is it that makes programs not just good, but truly life changing, like truly transformational, right? And today we're going to be diving deep into how you, the expert out here, the leader out here, can be one of those transformative coaches. Because I deal with women, heart-centered women who love to transform the lives of others. And they do this by creating their own coaching or consulting programs. And it is super important for me and for the women in my program to make sure they have a signature program that is going to help them reach their audience in a true and real way. So stay with me as we unlock how to do this transformative service. Okay. I'm Neena Perez and I am a Neena Perez Transformational Life Coach. I also have Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. And that is a podcast where I bring experts to grow, challenge, and transform your thinking. So I am really, really happy that you're here with me. I'm glad to welcome you here into the space. And I just want to give you like some tips and some ways for you to build a signature program for your knowledge, your wisdom, your God-given gifts, because it is so, so vital that your voice is heard. Why do I say that? Because I feel like we are here on this earth to impact the lives of others. And that sometimes takes a little bit of ingenuity and designing and thoughtfulness and guidance on how to build a program which will help impact the lives of someone else. Now, whether you are seasoned in your coaching or you're just starting out or even just thinking about it, which is the women I love working with, right? Today is the session that's going to help you to really craft what it is that you want to put out in the world. What is that signature program and why is it that it needs to stand out, or how do you stand out so that you can truly start transforming the lives of others, right? And so part one or section one or whatever you want to call it, right? It's understanding your unique value and what you bring to the world. I think for me, when I started, I wasn't too sure about what it is I wanted to do in the world. And I wanted to start to unpack this with you because I think it's super important for you to really unpack what your strengths are, what your skills are, what your God-given talents are, so you can start building the roadblock and the building blocks that you need for your coaching or consulting business, or where you're going to put your wisdom into the world for others, right? Because every great coaching program is going to begin with a deep understanding of what your gifts are, what your unique value are, what you bring to the world, how you impact the lives of others. How is it that you speak, right? Now, you probably ask yourself, what if I don't have the experience? What if I don't have the insights? Maybe I don't have the talent. That's not true. You only need to be a little bit ahead of someone else. And that is exactly what I want to really put in your mind today, because I get a lot of people who are challenged with a lot of limiting beliefs that are lies. Limiting beliefs are lies. Now, you may not know something. That's just lack of knowledge in something. That's all that is. So what do you do when that happens? You go and gain the knowledge. I think one of the challenging things that I'm having as I'm speaking to a lot of women and really pouring into the women that I pour into is that they have this lack of confidence and lack of self-worth, and they really just don't know if they know enough. Here's the thing. You know plenty. You have it all in you. All you need is somebody to help kind of guide that and pull it out of you and then put it into a structure and a program so that you feel comfortable with delivering what it is you want to deliver in the world. You don't need a large social media following. You don't need, all of these videos done. You don't need any of that stuff. What you need is the right foundations, right? Because once you have that solid foundation of what it is your unique voice is going to bring to this world, that's where you start to build upon. Okay. Now, I always say this and I mean it. For me, my foundation is Christ. I love God. I do everything. I try to do everything as I can to really find what it is he wants me to do in this world and then impact those lives, right? And so for me, it's not about having millions upon millions of people watch. If they do, great. I hope I've impacted people's lives. If they don't, great. I hope I've impacted people's lives. And that's truly how I feel. And that's how I always show up in the world, right? So defining this thing for you and like really having an understanding of your unique value and who you are and what you bring to the world is the first step of all things. Who the freak are you? What are your unique values? You know why I say that? Because all of us try to conform ourselves and become chameleons to what everybody else is saying in the world. And this is group think. This is not you thinking. This is group thinking, right? And that's what you're seeing. I mean, any of you who are watching right now, I know that you're seeing this right now on social media platforms. All these people like standing up for a cause they have no idea they're standing up for. They don't know what they're talking about. They sound like morons, but they're all doing it together, right? And so that's group think. When you start to think like the group as opposed to thinking against the group, right? And so one of the things I want to encourage you to do is find your voice. Whatever it is you believe in, stand on that truth and don't let somebody push you on that. What it is, what's true is true, and that's it. Okay? Because I know that one of the things I bump up against all the time when I'm speaking to these amazing women is they honestly have lost who they are authentically. Like they almost question what they are questioning in their own minds of what they really believe. Because if they say it out loud, ooh, the boogeyman's coming to get you. Right. And that is happening more and more and more. And I think it's because we have stopped living our lives and we have started to watch others live their lives. And now we don't know who we are. Right? Because when you stop to go on social media all day and scroll all day and watch somebody else living their life while you're sitting here with a phone scrolling, that's a problem. Okay. And that means you have stopped living your life authentically to what you believe in, what is true for you. And you started to now let the mind virus come in and infect your mind with things that you don't believe, but you know you have to say. Now, I have spoken to really, really big influencers. And I remember one saying, well, I kind of say that I don't really believe that, but I know that that's what's going to get clicks. And that really shocked me because I was like, oh, so you kind of just say what someone else wants you to say? Yes. Oh, that's not authentic. That's not authentic. Right. And I don't think they like that I said that, but it's true. It's not authentic because if you're not authentically showing up for you, then the people who are following you are following a fake person, right? Because they don't even know what you really stand for. So the first thing I'm going to tell you off the gate every time that I help somebody to create the business that they want is to understand your unique value. This is something we break down. I have a whole spreadsheet for it. We go through all these very personal questions that are really intimate to your heart and really come out to what it is that you wanted to do. And this is going to reflect your journey. It's going to really come with the lessons that you have learned. It's going to come out with the traumas you have had. But it's going to create you. It's going to create your unique voice. And you're not going to sound like everybody else that sounds out there, right? Because it's freaking ridiculous. Okay. I said enough about that. All right. Understanding your value, right? And then we're going to go into step 2, which is defining your coaching services. So now let's define what your program is all about. What is it? I don't know. Do you know? You probably don't know. A lot of us did not know when we were starting on this journey. And sometimes when we're in this journey for a long time, we still question ourselves, right? So what specific problem do you actually solve, right? Or what is it that you think people are going to be attracted to you for? I really love pouring into others. And I started thinking about my network. And I was like, I have poured into a lot of lives, like a lot of lives. I have a good network, right? And I'm like, what is the transformative outcome? And the transformative outcome for all of them was a shift in their mindset and perspective and them growing their own thing. It's so freaking awesome. So freaking awesome. Especially when you get an email months after you've seen someone and they come and say, oh my God, Neen, because of you, X. I freaking love that, right? Because you know, okay, I'm stepping into some purpose in the world. I'm stepping into the things I want to do in the world. I'm using my voice the way God wants me to use it. And I love that, right? So your program should clearly articulate how you help someone, how you help them move from point A to point B, right? How is it? What is the outcome for them? Because they don't give a hoot how many certificates you have, how long you went to college, what's your program like? Is it 20 videos? Is it 10 videos? They don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I'm sorry to break your heart and hurt your feelings. Nobody cares. What they care about though is clarity in their life and an outcome. What is the outcome? Okay. So clarity is key. Make sure that you are clear. And the more specific you are, the more compelling you are, the more compelling your program is, the more people will want to be a part of that. Okay. So this is about defining your service. Define it. What do I solve? What is it that I bring out? What is it that this person, Mary, who starts with me here, will have when she's finished with me here? What is that outcome? Okay. So think about that. Write that down on a piece of paper. What is it that you're really freaking good at? And I don't care if it's knitting, crocheting, taking care of bees, transformational coaching, business coaching, sports coaching. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The outcome is what's necessary, right? What is the outcome that these people are looking for? And the more specific you are, the better, right? Because the more you're broad and trying to do all kind of things for everybody ain't gonna find you. Okay. You have to be very, very specific about what you want to transform in the life of someone else. Now, I will tell you, it will change, it will grow, it will develop, it will shift, it will do all of those things because we are human and we grow, right? We evolve, we grow, we expand, and therefore your program will grow, evolve, and expand. Okay. So don't put yourself in this pigeonhole. Well, if I teach this, because I did this, right? If I teach this, then I can't teach that. Bull. That's BS. It's bull, right? I will say that as you're aspiring to be a leader or a woman who wants to bring out a coaching or consulting service, I will say that we will have one signature program, because that one signature program is how you're going to bring them in. Now you can expand from that later. You can break it up into many different things. Okay. But the one thing is you want is to have this signature freaking program, this one program that you can do with your eyes freaking closed. You don't need notes. You don't need anything, because you are so passionate about what you are doing. And you know it so well that you don't need notes. You don't need nothing. You just show up and do the thing. Okay. You do the thing. And that's what I want to encourage you. If you are someone who has like really been thinking about, I want to start my own thing. I don't really know how to start or where to begin. Okay. I can help you with that. I'm your girl for that. Okay. I love helping people do that because it helps them to really see their wisdom. They are sitting on a gold mine. When you have wisdom, when you have skill sets, when you have God-given talents within you, you're sitting on a gold mine. And the gold mine is knowing how to take that out, boom, put this into a program and a message so that you can then reach others, right? It is phenomenal to do. Phenomenal to do. Okay. So I just want to make sure that we have our first two steps. All right. So for those of you who are just watching now, the first two steps are understanding your unique value. So unpacking all of your strengths and skills. And the second one is to define your service, whether it's coaching or consulting, whatever it is, define it. Okay. What is it that you solve and how do you get there? So you don't need to tell the people how you get there. You need to know how you get there. All they want to know is what are they walking away with? That's all they want to know, because they could give two hoots about how you're doing it as long as they get transformation, right? And I think that that's one of the things that I got caught up on in the beginning was, oh, I got a 15 pillar program and and I do. I have a whole academy full of resources, right? And I do coaching calls every week for 60 to 90 minutes. And I'm accessible all the time on WhatsApp. I mean, I am always there pouring into these women because they pour into me. And that is important. Like, build your village, start really having people with the common mindset of getting from one space to another. Okay. Whatever that is. Got it? Okay, good. Part 3 is creating your brand story. So your story just isn't about what you tell people. It's also about why you do what you do. Why do you do what you do? Right? This is where your brand starts to really come into play with your life story. This comes in together and they start to intermingle, and now your actual human, your person, your persona, and your brand story start to connect with each other. Right. So you start to develop a narrative that connects this personal journey from your coaching philosophy. I work with heart-centered, self-led women. Why? Because I am heart-centered and self-led. I put on my boots, I strap it on, I do what I got to do to make things happen. I am not sitting here boohooing and being a victim to all things. I am not. I've done the work. Okay. And because I've done the work, I like to help women do the work, and I like to help them kick ass and take names. That's what I'm good at. And that's what I like to help people with. All right. So when you start to create your brand story, you're going to start to develop a narrative that's going to connect who you are as a person, all the shenanigans and stuff that I have been through in my life. And my personal journey connects so much with what I do as a coach, because I want to make sure that my philosophy is the same. It is key. I show up as me, and I can really pour into others with all of the years and all of the education and all of the skill sets that I have, right? So what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about when it comes to helping others? Right? And how is your journey going to equip them? Because at the end of the day, your story is not for you. Your story is for others. Your story is to impact the life of someone else. So when you are thinking about brand and stories, don't start thinking about me, 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 me. Okay. It's not about you. If you're going to put something out in the world to help someone else, then it is about helping someone else. You will benefit because you're going to be the one that is going there to connect the bridge between what their needs are and what you have to offer. But the business is really for others. Okay. So start thinking about, how is it that you are going to help others? What are you truly passionate about? Okay. That is step 3. Okay. Now, I don't know if somebody is trying to chat. Sorry, I can't see. I'm trying to see if I can see it. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to continue. Okay. So we already have 3 steps that you need to start creating your signature program. So the first one is your unique value, unpacking your strengths and your skills, right? The second one is defining your services, your coaching or consulting services. What do you solve? What actual transformation will the women that come into your program solve? In my program, they come in 90 days, they have a whole roadmap and a whole coaching business. And then they still have me for another 3 months for help and support and my team to come in to do all their marketing and their automation and all of that kind of stuff. It's a whole thing, right? It's on purpose because I want them to freaking succeed. If they don't succeed, I haven't succeeded. Okay. So remember that. And number 3, develop your brand story. So now we are going to get into engaging your ideal client. How do you do that? Hey, Neen. Okay. So now I got my message, and now I have my story, and now I have my services. But how the hell do I find these people? Right. Well, my team automates that. Okay. But you have to understand who you're serving. Who are you serving? Because like I said to you before, if you start to try to serve the entire world, nobody will find you, right? It's like that saying, when you try to be everything to everybody, you're nothing to nobody, right? So understanding that you are serving a specific person, you have to. This is crucial, guys, crucial. Okay. I want you to create this ideal client, this ideal, they call it an avatar, right? The ideal person that you want to work with, that you want to work with, and that they want to work with you. Okay. And the way you do this is you start to break down all of the aspects of who these persons are, psychographic and demographic, right? And then you start to go, what are their fears? What are they staying up at night for? What are their hopes? What are their dreams? What's bothering them? How do they feel right now? What is that happening? And I do a level of 3 when it comes to that, because I do 3 different levels of that avatar so that you know how to speak to each level that you're in. Okay. How does your coaching program address them? Right. So if you have somebody who's just starting, you want to address them with language of just starting. If you are dealing with a seasoned entrepreneur, seasoned guru, you want to deal with the language with where they are. You cannot just mix all the different languages, because then you lose people. Okay, so it's very, very important that you realize, what are their fears? What are their hopes? What are their dreams? What's keeping them up at night? How do they sleep? What does their family look like? All that kind of stuff is really important, and you have to engage them in this way. Okay. So, when you start to create this content for the people that you want to reach, it is going to be really important after you break down all of the avatar, the client avatar, and you want to break it all down. It is really important for you to speak only to that person on what they're going through. Okay, only to that person and what they are going through. Okay, and then of course, number 5, which to me is the key to making all of this run like a well-oiled machine, is automation. Now, my team comes in and they automate your services, your marketing, your funnel, all that kind of stuff so that they can start prepping the people properly before they even come to you. Because one of the biggest challenges I had, and the more money I spent, was trying to get clients to hear me, to listen to me, to know who I am. And I started to realize that I can't do this. I need a team. I need a freaking team that knows what they're doing. Okay. So then my team comes on, builds my funnel, builds my automation, builds my questionnaire, the whole thing. By the time that client goes through my funnel and comes to me, they already know they want to work with me. So I know that now I can just jump into helping them directly, right? Instead of just trying, oh, hey, how about you? Hey, how about you? Hey, how about you? Hey, how about that's a fine to do that in the beginning, right? To try to like go and naturally do this. But I will tell you that that's the long game and that is okay. You can do the long game. And one thing I tell all of my clients, all of them, do not quit your day job. Okay. Because everybody's always like, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur now. Boom, quit. And now you have no money. Don't do that. Don't do that. And please stop believing the BS out there that people are going to make you filthy and rich and wealthy and all those kind of things within like the next 2 days. I mean, like the next 2 days, you're going to make millions of dollars. Bullshit. It's bullshit. Okay. I've learned throughout the years of doing this, I've been doing this for several years now, that is not true. It does take work. It does take grit. It does take a proper mindset. It does take you showing up for you. And just the same way that you would get up and get dressed and put your makeup on and do all of that kind of stuff for your boss and in your jobs, it's the same way you have to show up for you when it comes to your own business. I get up every day. I work from home. I get up, I do my hair, I put my makeup on, and I get to it. Right? I get dressed, the whole thing, because I'm showing up for me the way I would show up for someone else. And you have to show up for you. What does that mean for you? Right? And the more that you lallygag around this whole thing and not do what's proper for you, you are going to make it harder for you. And I always tell people, do not quit your day job, because that is going to be your loan. That's going to be the loan that you're going to take without having to pay back, right? Because you've already worked for it. So this is going to be the money that you then use to slowly go ahead and build up your business, because it is yours and you have to show up for you like you would show up for any other CEO. And now that you're the CEO of you and the CEO of your coaching or consulting business, you have to show up for you. And so many, I think the number was like astronomical. It's like 80% of coaches fail. I'm like, what? That is insane. And you know why? No support. Somebody bullshits, they put you in their program, they take all of your money, and then you're still sitting there like, I still don't know what I'm doing. That is the freaking problem. And that has happened to me. That's happened to so many people. And that's what I've learned throughout my journey, is that I won't do that to anyone else. And so that's why I stick with the women for 6 months, even though after 90 days, we have pretty much all of their coaching business. If they've done the work, they have pretty much all of their coaching business done. Within the last 3 months, we are just tweaking and fixing and putting funnels in and doing all that great stuff so that they can continue to grow their business. I do not make any kind of like financial claims and that claim and that, because it's so oversaturated at this point and it's so full of crap that I can't even do it. I can't even do it, because I can sit here and say to you, oh yes, I have a 6-figure coaching business. And I have my clients here who all have very successful businesses. And they all have clients. Yep. And they all did pillars. Yep. And the whole thing. And you know what? I am so tired of the lies and the bullshit from all these big people trying to tell you how they made millions. Just last year, I made $7.5 million. Bullshit. Bullshit. And the more and more that I'm seeing the lies, the more it is like astonishing to me, like astonishing to me. Okay. So I won't bullshit you like that because I don't want to be bullshit like that. And I believe in the law of reciprocity. What you give is what you're going to get back. And I'm not going to give that because I don't want it back. So no, thank you. Okay. But what I will do and what I do guarantee all of my women is that I will work my ass off with you and we will get this done. And I will stay with you until you do, because I don't play these games. Okay. I don't play these little games. I want you to be successful. That is the role. That is my desire for you. Okay. So anyway, tangent. I went on a tangent. Okay. So I just want to make sure that you understand that these are just like the 5 quick ways for you to start building your roadmap for your signature program. Okay. So your unique value, you're going to define your coaching services, your consulting service. You're going to create your brand story, right? Your brand story with your personal story interweave so people know you, like you, buy from you. Okay. And then engaging your ideal client, what that looks like, and then your automation, because you have to automate this process. I'm telling you, I know that people are like, oh no, it's so easy. You don't have to. It is super difficult not to automate your system because you're going to have so many holes and so many things just dropping through the holes, and you're not going to be able to plug them. You're not going to be able to plug them. You don't even know where they all are, right? So automate your system and services, okay? Very important. So remember, your coaching program is more than a business offering. Okay. This is about transformation for you, transformation for them, especially for them. Okay. Because when you invite these clients in, you are embarking with them on a journey to transform their life. That's not a little thing, guys. That's huge. Right. And as you start to refine your program and fine tune it and have all your values in place, and you realize the impact that you're making and that you want to keep making an impact and changing and shifting for more impact, you are going to make such a difference in the world. Now, I want you to go out there and transform lives. Okay. And I'm not the one that's going to bullshit you to tell you that you can't do it or tell you something that is a lie. I'm not going to do that to you, because then you're going to say, Neena lied to me. And Neena does not lie. Okay. Neena does not lie. Okay. I want to make sure that you're going to be impacted in your life. And I want to make sure that you're doing it the right way. Okay. That's all I got to say about that. So if you want to design your signature coaching offer, or your coaching program, hit me up. If you want to talk to me on a free call, I promise you this is not a sales call, just a free call. If you want to discover what I do, it's at info@NeenaPerez.com. You can go on there. You can email me and let me know. And you can go on my website, NeenaPerez.com, which I'm still revamping. But you can definitely go on there and see what I'm about and what I do. You can also go on YouTube at Straight Talk No Sugar Added. You can see my style, who I am, what I talk about, all that kind of jazz. And I'm telling you, whether it's me or anyone else, stop letting people show you a shiny freaking penny and they're lying to you, okay? So stop letting them do that. Some people are legit, but not all of them. And we are getting inundated with too many word salads, if you know what I mean. All right. I think I'm done talking a lot of smack for today. This is Neena Perez. I love you guys so much. And I will talk to you on the next one, next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want me before then, you know how to reach me. Until next time.